Good morning, children. My name is Sir James, and before we begin anything, I would like to welcome you all into the secondary section and in the new academic year. So, welcome to Standard 5th. So, I would be teaching you all a part of EVS 1, that is science. So, just for your clarification, let me explain to you. EVS 1 is divided into two parts, that is science and civics and geography, and I will be teaching you all the science part of EVS. So basically I am your science teacher for this academic year. So I hope you have downloaded the PDF of the textbook, or at least you have taken some textbooks from the other students. So if you open your textbook of EVS 1, the first and second chapter belong to geography section. So teacher Rajni will be teaching you that. Now today we begin with the third chapter. So the third chapter is the earth and its living world. So children, let's enter the earth and see the different parts of the earth. The first part is the lithosphere. The rocks, the mountains, the hills, the mud that you see around you, the roads, everything is covered under lithosphere. The second sphere is which we cannot see but we feel, that is the air, which is called as atmosphere. The third sphere is water, which is called as hydrosphere. The rivers, seas, etc., what we see around us. And then in all of these spheres we see a lot of living things, animals, birds, plants, human beings. All of them together are called as biosphere. So a beautiful earth that we see is made up of four spheres: lithosphere, atmosphere, biosphere and hydrosphere. Now let us try to understand the first sphere, that is the lithosphere, the land around us. All the land around us on the earth are together called as continents. It comprises of only 1/3 of the part of the earth. These continents are named as Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. Now you may wonder, on which continent do we live? Yes, it is Asia. We live on the continent Asia. The next question that comes to our mind is surely, what are these continents made up of? What all do they have in them? The most important part of the lithosphere is mountains. We all have seen huge mountains which have steep slope. Hill stations like Mahabaleshwar, Matheran, etc. There are smaller mountains which are called as hills. Mountains and hills are made up of rocks and mud. They can be formed due to the movement of the earth's crust, or sometimes even due to volcanoes. Valleys are formed between two mountains. I was talking about the volcanoes. The volcanoes form not only mountains, but if the volcanoes give out lava into the oceans or the seas, they form parts of land on the ocean, in between the ocean, surrounded by water on all sides, and they are called as islands. A landform without any mountains or hills is called as a plain. So you can see plains many places around you, the residences area where you stay, or you may also see grasslands. These are different types of plains. Then there is something called as plateau. A plateau is a plain which is on a height. Plateaus are usually formed because of volcanoes. or volcanic eruptions. We will now discuss the hydrosphere. So, oceans are the most important part of the hydrosphere, or rather, I would say the maximum water is covered up by the oceans. So, there are five oceans on the earth, that is the Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and the Southern Ocean. So, there are five oceans. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world, and the nearest ocean to us is the Indian Ocean. The ocean water is salty water. Now there are other different water forms that we see: the bay, the coral reef, the lagoons. Remember that maximum water available on the earth is salty water, and water, that is hydrosphere, forms around 71% of the earth. Here you can see an estuary, which is when the river water joins the ocean. You can see how a beautiful delta is formed when the river water splits into different parts and joins the ocean. Rivers you all must have surely seen. Do you know how are these rivers formed? These rivers are formed by rills, brooks, streams, etc., which start flowing from the mountains, and then they form rivulets and finally a bigger river. A slightly smaller river, that means a part of a river, is called as a tributary. It is also called as a branch of a river. So tributaries are little smaller than the river. When water is covered by land on all sides, it is called a lake. Lake water doesn't flow. A smaller lake is called as a pond. When the river water starts falling from a mountain over a great height, a beautiful waterfall is formed. You must have also seen, at least on television, that huge mountains of ice slowly start melting and they form glaciers. So, glaciers are molten ice which slowly start moving and form rivers of snow. So, children, what we have studied till now are different types of surface water. They are classified into salt water and fresh water. The water from the seas, oceans are termed as salty water or saline water, whereas the water from the rivers, lakes are fresh water. Now you must be wondering, is there water under the ground also which we use? Just think over it. Yes, we all have seen and we must have surely drawn water from the well, or at least seen in our surroundings people using hand pumps or bore wells or motors. Have you heard of invisible water? Yes, on cold winter mornings you must have seen fog around you. that is nothing but water vapor. You can also see them as droplets of water when they cool down on glass or on the leaves of the plants. So, a hydrosphere is made up of surface water, which can be salty or fresh, groundwater, that is underground water, and water in the air, that is water vapor. So these are the three important parts of the hydrosphere. And now we are going to discuss about something which we cannot see. No, I am not talking about ghosts. I am talking about something which we cannot see but we can feel all around us, and that is air. There is a thick blanket of air which surrounds the earth, and it is called as the earth's atmosphere. The earth's atmosphere is made up of different layers. So here we can see the 5 layers of the earth's atmosphere: the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, which is also called as ionosphere, and the exosphere. So let's discuss about the most important layer, that is the troposphere. So the troposphere is the first layer of the atmosphere. It starts from the surface of the earth and extends up to around 12 to 13 kilometers. All the environmental activities like formation of clouds, rain, etc. happens in the troposphere itself. So it is the most important part. The second layer is the stratosphere. Aeroplanes fly just above the troposphere. They actually fly between the troposphere and the stratosphere. That's why we can see the clouds below the aeroplanes. We all know the sun is very important for each one of us. But the sun gives out some harmful rays which are called as ultraviolet rays or UV rays. These UV rays are very harmful, especially for humankind. So there is a layer which is a part of the stratosphere, which is called as the ozone layer. This ozone layer blocks these ultraviolet rays and protects each one of us from these harmful rays. So it's very important. But now there have been holes on this ozone layer because of the environmental pollution that we are doing. So we need to keep the pollution under control so that the ozone layer does not get destroyed, or it would be very harmful for us. Now let us revise the different layers of the atmosphere. The first one is the troposphere. Then we have the stratosphere, which comprises of the ozone layer. Then we have the mesosphere. Then ionosphere, which is also called as thermosphere. And the last layer, that is the exosphere. I request you all to now close your eyes and listen attentively to the revision part so that you will remember what we have studied today. So now let's do a short revision of what we have learned till now. The earth is made up of four spheres, that is the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and the biosphere. In today's session, we have discussed the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. Lithosphere is comprised of rocks, mountains, hills, plains, plateaus, etc. The hydrosphere is made up of oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ponds, waterfalls, glaciers, etc. They are together called as surface water. We also have water under the ground, which is called as groundwater, and water in the air, which is called as water vapor. So we have water on the surface of the earth, water under the ground, and water which is in the form of water vapor together forms the earth's hydrosphere. And then we spoke about the earth's atmosphere, which is made up of different layers. They are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and the exosphere. And the very important ozone layer is right in between the stratosphere. So that's all for today. In the next chapter, in the next session, we will discuss about the water cycle, how it rains, and the last sphere, which is the biosphere. Now, I will give you some important extra information, extra knowledge, which is not there in a book. The largest ocean and the deepest ocean is the Pacific Ocean, and the smallest ocean is the Arctic Ocean. The largest continent is Asia, where we live, and the smallest continent is Australia. Can you guess whether lakes have fresh water or salty water? Yes, most of the lakes have fresh water, but there are six salt lakes in our country. But usually the lakes have fresh water, like the river, which is not salty. The last sphere, that is the exosphere, has no fixed end. It can go on and on in the space as long as even a single particle of air is found. So we can say that the exosphere has no exact end. The continent Antarctica, which is near the South Pole, has no permanent residents, which means in an entire continent you have no human being staying permanently. Just imagine how isolated it must be. So now it's time to do a little bit of assignment. Write the following 5 times each. Names of continents and oceans you will get from the textbook or from the video. And these words which I have mentioned over here, these are the new words which you have to write 5 times each in any old book. You can even use your old books, last year's books, which have empty pages. Thank you, dear students. Please see this video at least 2 times and do the assignment.